for this too. That way, y'all could go back and listen to me rant, and but y'all can watch this trade too. And we got the silver bullet coming up in like 15 minutes, so be able to trade that one as well. Um,
I got a question real quick, Tyler.
yo,
So on NAS 100, I was
mm,
just kind of conflicted because on the 30-minute time frame, there's a breaker, and there's also another breaker on the 15-minute time frame, and I just had a I was conflicted on. I was trying to enter off the 15-minute breaker, but it played off the 30-minute breaker and sold off. Like, how do you decide which breakers to use?
um, so I think like everything has to have a catalyst. I guess that would be like probably the best piece of advice I have as far as that. Like, you need that higher time frame confluence, like whatever. Like, and if, for example, if you're on the 30 minute and the 15, and you're like, man, I don't have enough information here, like you might just step to a higher time frame and say, okay, where's that? Where is the higher time frame pointing me? Kind of like yesterday, we talked about IPTA. IPTA always starts your bias, whether you're long or short. So on NASDAQ right now, you could see IPTA, it's already cleared that 60-day high. So we're in a premium. So more often than not, we're probably going to have a good short inside of this premium. Now, it doesn't mean you're short every opportunity, right? Because as soon as it got into a premium here, if we just started shorting, obviously we'd have got torn up, and there's a really good uh, book that covers that is How I Made $1 Million Trading Commodities Last Year. That's by Larry Williams, but it talks about buying in a premium, right? So it's like he talks about it with futures. So he used orange juice as an example. And the explanation was basically if there's a shortage of oranges, right, people aren't going to start selling oranges just because there's a premium, right? They're going to still continue to, there's a real need, a real drive for oranges. Now, you have to start differentiating between, okay, when do you buy in a premium versus when do you just let a premium do whatever it needs to do? And it all comes down to trend because this is your institutional order flow right here, right? And so say that you're looking for a short, if you're in a premium, but things are straight up right now, then it's probably not the best idea to fight it. But now we're in what's called offset distribution. I don't know if you can see, you can't see it here, but I usually have that ICT poster behind me, and it's just a market maker model. And so if this was a market maker model here, we have what's called at the highs, and I base my model off of the 20, 40, 60-day high. So anything above here is what's called offset distribution. Then we have distribution, redistribution, and then same thing happens here. Where the smart money reversal occurs, more offset distribution. Now, same thing, right? There's three levels of offset distribution. It's going to be at the left high, at the right high, and down here at the smart money reversal. So we're most likely in this right side of the offset distribution phase, meaning we're going to go up and look for liquidity and then come back down and attack it. So as far as going, okay, which one is going to be the perfect breaker? Is it going to run up perfectly to the 30-minute or is it going to run up perfectly to the 15-minute? I don't think there's an answer for that, but I think that the answer is just find the right bias and then continually overlap them like until you get your working setup. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that makes sense for sure.
Yeah, sorry for being so long-winded, bro.
Sure.
You got to be prepared for that.
Yeah. Hey, did anyone catch this short with me?
Yes, sir.
We
We're in there like swimwear.
in there like swimwear. Come on.
Oh my God, I'm at the gold. I'm at gold from the top, 1960. Oh my God, it just started melting more.
Dude.
Oh damn, it just smacked my teeth, smacked the fuck
Oh,
out of my
bro,
teeth.
this thing is dumping. I've been hey, did we not talk about this yesterday, bro?
Yeah, we did.
Oh
That's
my
why I was
God.
asking you about it yesterday.
Bro,
Fuck.
literally. I'm like, I want to see. Okay, but here's the real quiz. Why did I want to see it go lower? There's two reasons.
Oh, it's smacked the 60-day high, and
That's close. That's along the same lines, right?
Feel
So,
like gap down there.
right. So in so I mean, y'all are on one. There's two sides of it that I'm looking at. There, the first side is technical. So all your answers are correct. We're in a premium. We're in a fair value gap in a premium, right? Now the second answer is more of like a macro, global type issue. Does anyone remember what it was?
oh, was it due to that website, the Treasury Direct?
Um, no, but that's closer.
Hmm.
So remember we talked about a war going on.
Yeah.
So who's the war between?
The Israelis and
Was
someone else.
no, we didn't talk about that war. So there's a currency war going on with the US dollar and BRICS, right? What keeps BRICS strong right now? Gold and
U.S. dollar.
oil.
Oh,
Gold and
gold.
oil. No, they're banned from the US dollar. Russia cannot use the US dollar right now at all.
Wow.
Anyone that's trading with Russia, they cannot accept payment in US dollars and they cannot uh, pay in US dollars. So, what I'm thinking the United States is going to try to do is protect the dollar. What I think they're going to do is try to keep oil and gold low and keep the dollar kind of range bound. Because if they could do that, they're really going to, right? We talked about international trade. If you want to trade internationally with everyone, with a ton of countries, you have to have a cheap dollar because the more expensive your dollar gets, you start pricing the poorer countries out, right? So they don't want a high dollar or a low dollar. They want dollar to stay right in the middle, and they want gold and oil to drop because that makes their purchasing power go so much lower, right? Because everything's based off leverage. If you have $100,000, you actually have $1 million worth of purchasing power, right? So if you can crank the value down, you're essentially cranking their leverage down. So if they have $100,000 and the price of oil and gold has dropped, you can really only have about six, $700,000 in spending money. Which, when you're talking about billions and trillions, it makes a big, big difference. So I think those were my two reasons. Now, how well founded are those? I'm not sure. We're about to find out over the next like 3 and 4 months. But those were my reasons, and that's why I wanted to see. That's why I wanted to see Price do that.
Oh man, my technicals had nothing in comparison to that.
Well, and so that's what I'm saying. The technicals should be very easy. Okay, we're in a premium. We have a fair value gap. You could look for shorts in there. Now you just go to your 15 minute, your 5 minute, and when it gives you short patterns, right? No structure break, small structure break, but no breaker. And finally, right here, you get the bigger structure break. It just doesn't come back. It runs, which we talked about this week too. Man, my mind's going crazy, right? There's two forms of manipulation. You either pull it all the way back too far or you do a straight run. No one's expecting those.
Oh fuck, that shit is clean. That's nice.
You know,
I actually got hit up on that with the news with that spike,
mm-hmm.
and then I took it again just right here. At,
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, man. If you'd have just drawn that out on the daily, that fair value gap, you would have seen that coming. right? The whole day yesterday, you'd have been like, okay, punch into the fair value gap, punch into the fair value gap. And then you're like standing there like, what just happened? Right? Like,
Yeah.
why? What's going on? What do we call that? What setup is that? I
The
know, bro.
retail death trap.
I'm throwing the whole book at you today, bro.
Would that be necessarily retail death trap right there?
That's
The way
a
that they
hundred
pushed
percent
up?
what it is. That is 100% exactly what it is, bro. Because the retail death trap, they'll run right up. Because remember, retail, they don't see that daily fair value gap. They're not looking at that. So then
Facts.
you see it, and you're like, why? If anytime like there's a big question mark, like this should have been hit. I know I've seen this setup 100 times. This should have been hit. Why didn't it get hit? That's usually when I know that there's going to be a retail death drop. I'm like, look, there's a high right here. This is a fair value gap. There's so much liquidity. What are they doing? And then look the next day, bam, and turn it right around. This whole
Yeah.
time they wanted the fair value gap, but the timing wasn't right. So then they trade it down, smack it, bingo. So clean.
Yeah, that was super clean. I just
Yeah, I'm an idiot for not taking that, bro. I mean, that's a hard one to get, and I wasn't on the charts anyway, but
oh,
that one's gonna, I think it's gonna be a good trade to hold.
yeah.
This one's,
It smacked the fuck out of my TP, so I can't even I can't even hold it.
yeah,
Yeah, it smacked it hard with that last 5 minute candle.
I'm gonna reduce the stop here just because there's no need on taking that full stop. With it coming back this far, I mean, I don't have any like real probability on it, but I would say there's like about an 80% chance that we get taken out. We'll see, and I'll let it sit. Um, and really we could just leave it right there at the middle of that wick. But I know the original stop was here. Damn. I just caught one of the macro trades on that euro. Um, well, not me, but one of the systems. I know I taught you all the macros the other day, and I told you my entry model. Um, I also told you that you would not be profitable most likely with it unless you had a system built because you have to take literally every single one of them as far as only the optimized ones. But like right here, I know I've been hitting you guys with so much information lately too, so I don't want to make your head spin, but just trying to help give you good perspective. Now, right there, remember this is a breakout model for me. So right there, it goes to the breakout and it executed a short with the stop loss right here at the 50. You can see it traded down 1 to 1. It secured like 80% partials. And now there's just a small runner on it.
Yeah, if I'm not trading indexes with you, dog, like understanding what you're trading and how you're trading it, and not just trying to like copy and paste a trade. I don't see myself trading anything but gold because
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's about building because honestly, it doesn't matter what pair you trade, but once you build that trading mindset, like, and you probably don't realize it at the time, but it's like coming to these calls and showing up each morning is like it's building so much conditioning into you as far as like what to expect and what to look for. You're seeing it over and over again. You're seeing the same things, and you're hearing me talk about my perspective and how I'm looking at it, and then you can kind of shift it, and there'll be some things that the way I look at it, you like that, and you'll use it in your trading. There'll be some things where you're like, I don't really see that one as often.
yeah.
But it's the act of showing up, man. I'm telling you. That's John Pennington, man, one of these guys who I've really got a lot of my information from, especially about the war that's going on and everything. Um, he has this saying, if you want to be successful in America, there's only two things that you need to master, or three things. He said you need to master getting up in the morning, you need to master staying healthy, and you need to master trying. He said, as long as you can do those three things, you'll be successful in America. You have to get good at waking up. You have to get good at staying healthy so that you can live. And you have to keep trying whatever it is you want to do.
Mm.
Every day you wake up. And that's the thing. It can't be, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, right? It's every day. You have to get up every day, find something healthy to do for yourself, and then you have to try. Whatever your business is, whatever it is you want to do. You want to be an astronaut, you want to be a trader, it's all the same.
Man, coming straight from that graveyard.
And that's what I'm saying, man. That's how you know it's proof. You're trying, bro. You're getting up every day. You're pushing it. You know, that's where
Yeah.
the real growth is too, man. Where you're like, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
There's too much. It'll take longer going back the old route than trying to just push forward with this route. Go fuck
But
going to school and doing the nursing and all that, dude. That's out.
me and Danielle were talking about that the other day, as far as like, it's crazy, bro, because it's biblical too, as far as just like the man, anytime you want to take a path, whether it be trading, whether it be, like I was saying, if you want to be a damn astronaut, like it don't matter. Whatever the path is that you want to take, like there's always two roads, right? You got the short road and the long road. And it's like the short road, it's not actually short. It looks short, but you can't see around the corner. You don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? The long road, which is the right road, you can see the entire road. So like, damn, this shit is a long road. Like this is gonna suck. But the long road actually ends up being shorter because there's not as many obstacles. If you take the short road, it looks short, but you didn't see all the obstacles that were in your way the whole time. You end up getting caught up in just bullshit. You know, the long road always ends up being a short road. You want to take the longer, higher road. It's always gonna make you better. It's like Jocko Willink, one of the motivational guys out there. He was like a Army Marines type guy, and
Another
he
David
has this.
Goggins.
What's that?
Another David Goggins.
Yeah, but one thing that he said, he's big on leadership. That's his biggest thing, is leadership and leading others. And he always says, take the high road before the high road takes you.
Oh,
Right? Either do the right thing, but before it's too late, or something's going to catch up with you at some point. So I always like that quote.
that's a great quote.
Yeah, man.
Wrote it down. I have a little book where I write down little quotes.
Good, man. Good. Okay, so our silver bullet is finally starting.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, I was doing the math, like timeline and time frame wise, and everything. I was like, I was supposed to be done with like med school and you know, at least NP or at least get my doctorate or something by like the age of 38.
Hmm.
Even if it takes me like another 2, 3 years to, and I come to you in like 2, 3 years, like, yo, T, I finally did it. Like, I'm hitting 6, 7 figures consistently. Bro, I'll be 30 years old. I still fucking shit on that time frame, 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, it would take me longer going back than just sticking with it. And mind you, I just love these charts too much to just even give up on them. I could lose my money consistently on it and still be here because I don't know.
You know, but it's also one of those things, bro. I really don't think that I don't think that trading full time is for everybody, you know? Like it's more about whatever you want to do. Like if it's for you, then you'll know because it's the only thing you'll like want to do.
Yeah, literally, I'm sitting here on the weekends looking at my laptop, like, all right, when you guys gonna open?
You know, but at the same time you do have to like
Find balance.
yes, because it's like, you know, if I love playing video games, but at the end of the day I'm not very good at them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I could
right.
try all I want to be a streamer or whatever, but it might not be for me.
I mean, that's a that's a great ass analogy giving to a gamer himself. So
Bro,
I'm happy
you know
take that
Andrew
one.
Tate, right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Um,
Top 5 list right here. Got him on my
he
top 5.
has a he has a you know a saying, and it's essentially he was essentially saying like if you only do the things that you love, like for money, like you're gonna end up being broke
Mm,
because you know he talks about like I don't care what it is, and it's Tate, you know, so you have to take it with a grain of salt because he's kind of nuts. Um, but he's like, you know, I'll dig a hole if you'll give me $1 billion for it. Like I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
literally.
He's like, I'll dig a fucking hole. Give me a shovel. Come on. You know, he's like, I don't love holes. He's like, you know, all these guys from China, you know, that like have these big ass concrete plants. They're making billions and billions of dollars. They're not like fucking passionate about concrete. They want to make fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Hey,
Just
we got the
it's
silver
objective.
bullets right here going against us. So I'm just gonna close it because they are coming against us pretty heavy. Um, I've got a limit on there. It just needs to come back to the fair value gap. And really, I'd like the limit to be here, but I'll go ahead and take it there just because it's another gap. You know, maybe we could just do 100 units here, and then we'll throw on another 100 if it gets here. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to. Oh, you can add that like that. Okay. So this is our silver bullet here. Let's see how it plays out.
How tight was my stop loss?
What's that?
I'm checking how tight was my stop on that gold this morning. About 17 tips. Not that bad. Anything under 20, 25 pips for gold is like prime time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to do like a whole reward to risk ratio like thing right here up on my trading plan for like scenarios as to like either when like silver bullets or certain plays or reward to risk as well considered in every single play. Like if you have like a 50, 60, some days you even get tighter stops and you can be in there with like 30, 20 pip stops. So those
Mhm.
I have like bigger lots that I leverage in with that'll still lock in with the 0.5% I'm willing to risk. But you know, we got the 50, 60 pip stop loss. I'm going baby lot.
Nice. You the best. Not too shabby, huh? Quick little 1-to-1. You're scared, close it out, or go to church. Little 1-to-1 to 1/2. Good thing we closed out that first setup. We would have got shit on. Silver bullet came in pretty clutch though.
My entry on it.
Let's go. see, I'm gonna sit up here at 35. And then
What's your TP on a silver bullet, Tyler?
just one set. It is at 980. 981.
Okay, but yeah, 981 is safe.
What's that?
I said I'm hoping it hits 35K again, 35K, but
Yeah,
981 is safe.
man, I've got a partial right there at that 34,980, and then I'm looking to TP. I got my TP just sitting at 35,080, so 100 points from that. And honestly, it really right here. That high is 35,110. I think that is going to be a comfortable target for me because that's that hip to high. So I don't think that that's unrealistic to look at.
I mean, yeah, it's been constantly kind of going up.
What's
It
that?
hasn't broke structure. I said it's been going up trend. It hasn't really broken structure, a time frame.
Yeah, man. Ever since that interest rate decision, um, they've just uh, they've just been bullish, across the board. Man, how do you take partials? Oh shit! Fuck that up. I'm learning. I was streaming the trading view to YouTube, and I was trying to take a partial on it, and I hit some button and it closed it. I'm like, fuck. I didn't go through like some YouTube tutorial real quick later today.
You do your trades off Trading View?
No, I'm streaming it to YouTube right now, so I just copied it over. And I have no idea how to use TradingView that well. So I was trying to take a partial and I ended up closing the whole thing, which I did the exact same shit yesterday. So I'm like, at this point, I'm just going to go watch like a YouTube video on the management.
What broker are you using where you can trade with Trading View?
Paper trade.
Gotcha.
But they have like oandaforex.com on there. I even think they added IBKR, which is my old broker. Well, that was fun. At least
Those are regulated brokers.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I would take a partial up in here. So we're at like a 3-1 or so. 2-1. Do my little Instagram story. I posted on my story. All right. right. Yo, what is going on with my phone right now? All right, so we just caught this silver bullet 2-1. Caught it live on YouTube as well. Got long right there. You can watch the recording on YouTube. It should be up here in just a sec. Uh-oh, NASDAQ. NASDAQ triggered a macro. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the YouTube stream off just because that trade was already closed. And or we could try to stack one. We could create a new order. We'll go like a small position size, buy it at market. And so our stop loss, I'm just gonna put in this fair value gap. And then the TP, I want to be like 30 points above this. So 80, 90, 100. Okay. So I just added another long right here because we still, you see how we grabbed this fair value gap, silver bullet. So we're still in that silver bullet range and we can try to stack an order into profit. So that's good.
Hey, Tyler.
No,
Yeah, on the IDR and silver bullet on NAS, no, NQ, I'm seeing one approaching right now. Would that be what you see too on your end?
as far as the silver bullet,
And the IDR combination as confirmation.
let's see. There's no DR. Okay, so we have, well, for the DR, we have to wait for it to close. So on a 5 minute basis, um, we're gonna have to wait for 9:30 to close. Um, so we wouldn't be able to use DR concept just yet. As far as the silver bullet, um, so the silver bullet is everything from this black line moving forward. We could have, let's see if we have anything on the 5 minute first. No, nothing on the five. Um, but we could have grabbed it at any of these fair value gaps here. So you had a small one here, not really much to use, but that was one. And then you end up getting a balanced price range here. And then we left the long one, but they never pulled back to it. So I would say that this one was definitely more difficult to trade. Now, if they leave a fair value gap here, we still have 30 minutes. So if this candle closes, it should close in 2 more minutes. And we reach back into this box, and then we have a silver bullet we could use.
You said 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, at the 9:30 candle, this 5-minute candle here will close.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. So I'm trying to use both for these upcoming 5 minutes. I mean 3 minutes.
Yeah. I think these templates will really end up helping people out too. These are going to be in the new course. These are the accumulation, manipulation, distribution levels. Now, I liked trading today, not necessarily because the range is pretty tight, but we're around that bond open time. We know that there's some serious money coming in. We see it rip up, start trying to catch some of this, but it turns fast. Then we hop back in the silver bullet. Remember, the volatility as a scalper is more important than anything. And if we're trading on those days that we know auctions are occurring, oh dang, it just came back on us. If we're trading on days that we know auctions are occurring, we're going to be in the right spot. I'm going to go ahead and close this trade. It's just a 0.01. So we're securing at 1-to-1, a 1.5. And then took some partials right before it hit that high of the day. That was when I fat fingered the trading view one. And really, we'll try to hop in one more right here because they just barely tapped us out at that gap. And it's a small position now, too.
Take a look at NASDAQ. We just looked at it, but I'm looking at how the 5 just closed.
So you said NASDAQ.
Or NQ, yeah.
So we didn't get any fair value gap there on the 5. And I mean, on the lower time frames, we've swept that high, so we're in offset distribution. I think that the shorts actually look pretty. They look better.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Stuff. Yeah.
We see what CNBC looks like.
What's it looking like? All red. Yeah, we just lost the second silver bullet trade. We took pretty much 90% leverage off, but we're just trying to add to them, and they're not wanting to hold. It's looking like.
Yeah. These cells are looking good.
Then we'll put some more US30 partials too. Yeah, NASDAQ looks like it's heating up.
Hey Tyler, quick question.
You
So I just want to make sure because I'm kind of a little confused. On the silver bullet, I think one you sent, the one we originally talked about, you had one that's just a 10-minute window. And then yesterday, I think you posted in a group where one there's an hour window. What is the difference in between those?
so the silver bullet is going to be the entire hour, and
Gotcha.
then they have the macros, which is just the 10-minute window.
Gotcha. So the macro is the 10-minute one, and then the silver bullet is the hour one.
Well, it's really more like a 20-minute window because so like for example, it's from 1550 until 1610. So you're taking that hour 1600 and you're looking back 10 minutes and forward 10 minutes. Hello. Hold on. But yeah, so the macros, sorry, I was on the phone. Let me just pull these up. Leave my US30. So right here, the macros are just at 10-minute. So like right here, you see 1550 to 1610. And so my entry model is a breakout model, which I'm looking for 2 to 1. So I'm looking for a 1 to 1, or I'm looking for the one standard deviation, and my stop's at 50. So like this one would be a loss. It went short, consolidated around it, came up, stopped us out, tried to go into profit, came back. Right? It's just a one and done. Uh, this one would have lost too. It's not a very it's a very high frequency, so it's not going to have a whole lot of wins. But like right there, triggers it, goes up into profit, comes back, would have stopped us out. And so I'm not going to trade um, myself the macros unless they have confluence with what I'm already looking at.
No, yes, sir. I remember you talking about that yesterday. That it needs to be in confluence with the higher time frame.
Yeah. Now the system itself, right? So what I did, just to be fully transparent with you, so you can go do your own, is I took all the macros, right? Because it's every hour. I said, okay, throughout the whole day, if I tested all these, which bones performed the best? And so there were like 4 of them that were like really hot, that just performed almost consistently every month. Some months they'd lose like 50, 60 points, 100 points, but other months they were at least doing 2 or 3 times that. Um, so that's how I optimized it. I took all of them. I took the ones that worked best with my model, and those are the ones that I told it to trade. Now it goes through and takes the trades. They're going to be high frequency, but like I said, it's just if you're trading this model manually, you're probably not going to be able to stomach the losses because it's like you get a one and done. So you got to buy here, put your stop here, you get stopped out. Now you're done for the next 40 minutes. right? And if you take two stop outs in a row and get frustrated, you're probably not just going to take those two trades. You're probably going to try to add something, or you're going to see something, try to capitalize on opportunity, which is going to open you up to a lot more risk. So I think it's a very complicated model. This lets me know that I was right though about the short. I knew that that would be a good level. It just ended up being a better level for the long. So there was liquidity there, but it was on the wrong side. They priced up to it first, which I would not be upset if they tried to bring it down here to the Asian model. And I would need to see definitely a further breakdown here. I don't see anything on the 5 minute yet, you know. We had the long, but we've already taken that long and it cleared that high. So
You had a sick Asian model for the London session.
yeah, man, we talked about that earlier.
Man,
Yeah, it was not only the Asia model, but we had that odd man out. That's what I was talking about is like, man, if you really wanted to supercharge the Asia model and you weren't happy with like the low win rate on it, you could literally just trade it, like just add odd man out to it, and you'll probably increase your win rate by like 20-30%. Your trade frequency is going to go down a lot.
man, I was trying to get an order in with my magic keys.
Yeah.
The reason it didn't get me in, but yeah, man, that's a 20, 25 to 1 right there.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things that you'd have to already have the limit sitting there.
And that's that is crazy because that was my next thought. I was like, you need to start putting limits right there at those places.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, a computer would have put you in, no problem.
Yeah. I went and checked Germany. It just ran. But the Asia model from yesterday, bro.
Yeah. You still be in that trade.
You know, I was thinking about, I wonder what a time exit would look like on Asia model. Because, right, like my Asia model, it's going to buy here, but it's also going to close like right here because we just don't have enough information, right? If I had to use it during London, which I haven't. So for Germany, I would have to do like you know, a normal Asia model, but my exit would be based on like 9 o'clock. Like whatever 1700 is, I would just close there. Like for example, that would have been a loss. For example, say it took this one.
That's a sick one.
Right? That previous session high is right here. But I wouldn't want to close it there, right? I would want to enter here and I could just close right there at that 9 o'clock. As soon as 9 o'clock opens, bang, it closes. Same thing here. This one would have been tough. Actually, this one would have been pretty nice because you didn't cross back to the buy side till here, which means your stop would have been here. And then you got another time exit, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that thing goes sicko with Germany. You got to be on the charge to catch that thing.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to catch, man. But when you do, it definitely makes it worth your while.
Nah, because I caught one before, and I'm like, yeah. Okay, that's what made me be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, I see what he's talking about. These things.
Okay, yeah, I'm literally. I mean, I got like a 25 to 1, and I started thinking like, well, if I just keep at the same rate, I would have to lose 25 trades in a row to pretty much wipe out what I won.
Exactly, and that's the point. Is like, bro, you have to really learn to like sit through that and still be comfortable because, bro, you're gonna have 6, 7, 8 losses in a row, and it's gonna be like one day out of the week, and if you sleep in that day, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Literally. That's what I'm saying. I think it's like best to have it coded because if you miss one, that could be, a 25, like you said, 25, 30 to 1. You might be 6, 7 in the hole already, you
Yeah.
know, and that 25, 30 to 1 is going to keep that equity curve moving. All right, last one. Yeah, so we just started that new macro. Looks like we're pushing a little further. Nice, Malcolm. Peace, man. Talk to you soon. Yeah, we're just sitting in like a little bit of profit on the on US30s. Not even like a it's like a third of the way to 1-to-1 right now. Hmm. Yeah, so we're just chilling right now. See if we get anything around this 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I broke out of this idea. So that's on the NQ.
And Q body.
Sorry, y'all. I was on the phone. I saw someone saying something, but I wasn't sure what it was. I think it was Ronald. Um, Ronald, were you saying something about that ES
Yeah,
ring?
look outside the IDR and it hit that reversal pretty quick.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, as soon as it ran to that high. Yeah, I know the rules are like on the 5 minute, you have to see a close, and they call I believe they call this the retirement setup, like when it runs to one of the highs and just turns around.
So you have to let it close and then enter.
Yeah, that's probably I'm not really looking to do anything for the rest of the day. I'd like to see it run up to that 35 110 still, but it's just not wanting to pick up that momentum. All right, Joe. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna hop off, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Peace.